Hello, my name is Jason Sanser with Rightware, and today we're going to be going over the Package Manager. The first few things that I'd like to cover are just the reasons why we wanted to make this, as well as what it's built on and what it is. So the Package Manager improves the plugin management by making it accessible within the Package Manager itself. So we know that the plugins sometimes are difficult to implement as well as get the correct versions. So what we've done is we made it a lot simpler and a lot easier to use all of the plugins provided by Rightware through the Package Manager in addition to the Kanzi Hub. So this will be a great way to improve the usability overall, as well as the maintenance on the asset packages and importing asset packages as a whole. So we have with the Package Manager, we have different ways that we can improve the maintenance by coming out with different versions a lot faster and a lot easier for our usability and our user base. By showing different versions of the packages or the plugins or the engine plugins or studio plugins themselves. So once there's a new package that is released and you're not on the newest version, it'll have like a little button that'll show you that you can download the new version, as well as importing asset packages as a whole. So instead of having to go through the Explorer, we wanted to do everything in Kanzi Studio itself. That way the usability isn't broken by having to manage folders or different files and structures. So you can see here on the bottom that I have asset packages and factory content just shipped with Kanzi Studio, as well as Vortex Protocol and K particle assets. So those are a couple that I've been doing in tests in previous, but those are the main reasons why we wanted to start this. And as well, the Package Manager helps with build application and dependencies when you're making different versions of projects and you need to target different platforms and systems. So the backend of the Package Manager is built on Conan. It is a general purpose C++ package manager, but the benefit is that you don't need any experience with Conan or C++ to use the Package Manager. It's all in Kanzi Studio and it's ready to go as soon as you are. So it's open source. That's Conan itself. Kanzi is not open source, but the Package Manager through Conan is open source. So the great thing is that it works with most file types. So images or files, any kind of system like that, it works with most file types that we've found. So we've had no issues with using Conan with Kanzi as a whole. So that's a great benefit to you as a whole. And then there's two different ways that you can work as far as the servers. There's the local server, which is your server or your machine, as well as the server itself. So you can have multiple different servers. Those are repos, and you can connect to the external Rightware server. That'll give you access to all the plugins, the packages that we have, the assets, anything that we released, you'll have access to that. All you need is a login to Kanzi Hub and you'll get that access right away. But then you can also set up your local Conan servers and have individual servers for each project, each team, and then you can kind of pull in and share assets through that. And then, yeah, that's just right here as well. So I think to show you what the Package Manager looks like, so we'll go to the preferences first. So we have the workspace that's set up like normal, and then a couple settings here to suit your needs. I have set the dependency resolution to be fixed, so that way whenever I open a package, it's going to fix those dependencies for me automatically. Huge usability improvement, makes things a lot easier to load in. You also can change the show all Kanzi versions. That can get a little bit out of hand as far as how many packages and assets you'll see, but you can have that off as default, and I believe all of these are off as default as well. So we'll close those, and then we'll go over to the asset packet. What was it called? Open Package Manager browser. So this is the window for the Package Manager as a whole, and we have a couple tabs at the top. And you can see here that we start with remote. I have a couple repositories that I'm connected to. So you can see here that I've got an external one. This is the one that everybody's going to get access to once they get the Package Manager. And then we also have the Kanzi Conan Lab. So this is our internal sandbox one that you'll see. So if I change this to the external, you can see that we already have a few assets already in here. And this is dependent on the version of Kanzi that you are using. Like before in the settings, you can change this to have the entire list of all the versions of Kanzi that you have. But you can see here that we have the plugins as well for the engine, as well as some assets. Going to the local, this shows just all of the different asset packages that I have on my local machine that I can bring in without having to download or install or anything. And then I have the ones that are existing in my project. So you can see that I've got the particles already in my project, and then the studio package manager as well. Okay. So what I'd like to go forward with next is creating an asset for an asset package and show you how to create that and to deploy it, and then follow up with that as a project that you can create and then import different asset packages. So what I'm going to do is create a new Kanzi Studio project. All right, great. And so you can see here that we've got this. I'm going to just name this Kanzi Video Package Manager. Create or asset. Let's do asset. So that's the thing. And then you can see here that we have a couple different templates. So I have quite a few, but we have the Kanzi application Conan template. So that's what a project that you'll have when you import in packages. And then we also have the asset Conan package, Conan template. And this is what you'll use to create asset packages. So I'll go ahead and create that. And then it'll just take a few seconds to create the project for me, and then we'll get into it. All right, first things first, I'd like to just get rid of this red. And for me, this is just easy by deleting that, and you can see that that's cleared out. All right, so I'm gonna go into the Open Package Manager. And what I'd like to do is create a particle system similar to what you saw on the base project that we had in the very beginning of the project, or in the video. So I'm gonna click on Particle Systems. I'm gonna add to project. And you can see here the installation of the project requires this dependency. So I'm going to hit yes, apply. And now it's automatically importing that engine plugin to my project. I didn't have to do anything else, no plugins, no copy and paste or anything like that. And it's connecting to the server from Rightware and pulling that information down. All right, so I'm going to go here, and then just to make it easy as possible to see, I'm going to remove that, and then we're going to go to create a particle system. I'm going to create a sphere emitter, and then we're going to go to a curl. Now we can probably skip ahead a little bit while I create this, but feel free to sit and watch and enjoy the video. All right, here we are. So I've created just a particle system that kind of looks a little bit interesting, something that we might want to use in other projects. And then what I'm going to do is just import a material. So I'm going to load material type. And this is just something, some materials that I've got loaded to my disk. And then I'm going to go to import a dot blur as well as a texture for the lifetime. And then we're going to create the dot blur, and then I'm going to create the particle of the lifetime. We'll take the material and drag it onto the sphere emitter. So you can see there we got the effects going, so that looks good. We're going to change the exposure to 1, and then dependency, that's fine. Let's go to pre-multiply, get a couple of effects there. And then we can just take the end color to black. I'm going to go with a red as the end color, and then start with a yellow. That looks okay. All right, good. So this looks pretty good. We can change some things, but you can see it's looking not perfect. So what we need to do is just adjust the rendering pipeline. Or the render passes, I apologize. So what we're going to do is create a default render pass. We'll name this particles pass. And then inside the particle pass, I'm just going to create a pipeline state render pass, and then take the gather lights render pass and put it inside there. And then go up to the viewport. Oh, no, I forgot one thing. I need to set the depth test function to always. And then now I can go to the viewport and then change the particle path. So now it looks a little bit more like the one that I had in the very beginning, except orange and red versus the green and blue. Okay, so what we want to do is use this in other projects. So I'll name this particle system morph. Yep. sounds good. And then I'll grab that, put that as a prefab. This is a step that is required. We need to create that as a prefab. And then I need to add a property called export asset in package, or export in asset package. Close that, and now we are ready to go. So this is still under development, so we are still working on it. We want to have a button where we can just click go and it's already loaded. This doesn't yet work. We don't have this implemented into this window, so we are going to have to do a little bit of work outside of Kanzi Studio to make that work, but I will show you how that works. So we'll go into the system, and you can see here that we're in our tool project. So I'm just going to pop back out to the top part, and you can see here that we've got a couple of new files that we didn't have before. First, let's look at the README. This is just a simple script of directions and information that you can find. So to create and deploy, all you need to do is just run that script, and it'll create a Kanzi Studio asset package and then export that for your local. So that is your current computer. And then to create and deploy this, you can set this to a remote repository, and then that'll upload it to the repository itself. If you go into the create and deploy script itself, you can edit that in Notepad. There are a couple things that you should look into. So first is the name. So Kanzi Video Package Manager _ asset. That's our current name of the project. If you want to name that something else more unique, you can do that. And then also the version of the package. So we recommend that you start with a number and then increase this one at a time as you release more and more packages. If you do not, it will overwrite, although both versions will be existing on the server, whether that be your local server or the external server. So users, when they are downloading it, will only be able to see the one version, the latest one that you did upload. So that can cause some confusion. So we recommend just to try and make sure that number uploads individually. And then the Kanzi version. So what version is this made for? So this is Kanzi 3914, so I'm targeting the 3914. And then you don't need to do anything else, and we can go. So I'm just going to double click that, and then it's going to bring up it's already gone. So that created a window on my main screen, and it went through the whole script, and it's done already. So if I go back to the package manager, we can open the browser of it. And if I go to the local and hit refresh, we are on the Kanzi Video Package Manager _ asset, and you can see that right here. So we can add this, but it doesn't make sense to since we're already in this project. But you can see that this was added into the local browser. However, it is still missing from our internal sandbox, and you can see that in just a second as it refreshes. So we have a couple different packages, but none of the ones that we have or that matches this. So in order to get that to go to the server, what I'm going to do is open the command line. So it's going to open there. And then what I'm going to do, just to make sure I get the spelling correct, let's put that there, and then click create and deploy, and then I'm just going to target the Kanzi in sandbox, hit run, and then this is the screen that will pop up when you do hit the double click and run it for your local server. So you can see here it's really fast. It's already done, ready to go. And I'm going to just close that because we don't need it anymore. And then I'm going to hit refresh. And you can see that we have on the sandbox, we have the Kanzi Video Package Manager _ asset. So that's ready to go. What I'd like to do now is create a new project. That way we can import it in and you can see how that works. Very simple, very easy. I think the most complicated part is going to be just creating, well, not even complicated, just time intensive. And let me just check my notes real quick. Default settings, asset packager, plugin management. Yep, all that looks good. So I'm going to create a new project. This is going to be the, let's change that to the application clone template. Kanzi video colon template. Hard to type today. All right. Hit create. So you'll see in a second why I chose to make a particle system, but it was very intentional for that. I wanted to show all of the benefits of the package manager itself. So we'll go to the package manager. You can see here that this is a brand new project, nothing included or downloaded or imported. We've got no plugins, nothing. So I'm going to go to the sandbox because that's where I want that particle system. And then I'm going to go to the Kanzi video package manager _ asset, hit add asset store, or add the asset. And this is going to take a few seconds to download. You can see here that was very quick. If you need to download from the server, it will take the internet speeds that you currently have available to download that. So depending on the size of the package, it may take longer or shorter. We can close that. We can go to the asset package, and then you can see here that I've got Kanzi video package manager _ asset. And then I'll click on that, and you can see here that I've got the particle system. I'll drag and drop that into the scene. And now we have a window that says asset dependencies. So this is requiring me to download and install the particle systems to this project in order for me to use this particle system. Now, since I already have the particle system plugin installed to my local service, my local computer, it's going to be very, very quick. It's just going to be an installation. But if you need to download something that you don't have locally on your machine, then it will take the additional time to download that as well. But it handles it for you. So that's the really great benefit of handling that. So anytime that you do get an asset package, it's going to download the dependencies as you require, and then you'll be able to see the asset that you wanted to download. And of course, you can have more assets in there as well. And then you can see here that right away we get the asset that we wanted. It has all of the materials and properties and textures that we had before, so it looks almost the exact same. I would gather that it's the exact same asset. So if you have any future questions, please reach out to our support team. I was very happy to demonstrate the asset packages for you today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time.